Hello, my name's Jason C. Hunt, and in one of my other videos I talk about mindset and getting your mindset and your soul set together. And one of the things I mentioned was starting off, with a good meal in your day, and that an obvious factor is that is one of the things I'm talking about is having a healthier diet. Now my diet's not the greatest in the world, but one thing I do is I compensate for that by what I'm going to show you now. This is something I've kind of done it on and off, but it's something that I've started to do every day again, and it's for lots of good reasons. And one of the reasons that I'm going to talk about is all the health factors that these foods right here can benefit you. And if I start my day off like this every day, like I talk about in my other video about waking up, my prayer, a little bit of meditation, read some good inspirational spiritual books, whatever, a little bit of exercise, get the heart and the oxygen pumping, which is all good. And then for breakfast I'll actually start off with something like this, and I'll show you. And I've got some of the things written down because I don't want to forget. There's a lot of stuff involved in here. But what I do is I make a vegetable juice. You can see my juicer back there, and it's not a big deal. A lot of people look at this and go, ugh, it sounds nasty, but it's not. And you can change it up as you want to, But you look at these carrots here. I mean, these carrots have got a ton of carotene in them, and carotene, potassium, some dietary fiber, and also the celery is basically the same thing. The celery has a lot of calcium in it too, which is good for your bones and so forth, as we all know. But they both basically have the same properties of having a lot of carotene, and they're really good for cancer. I mean, all of these are basically what is it? Alkaline, excuse me, alkaline side of the food chain, which we know cancer cannot exist in an alkaline system, because in an acidic system, basically what happens is the immune system gets really taxed, it gets really drawn down, and the cells don't get the oxygen they need, and then cancer can get in there and take over. Okay, but if you keep yourself high on the alkaline side of things, you've got plenty of oxygen in your system, and cancer just cannot exist in that environment. It's really that simple. It cannot exist. Now we know that it also goes to how you think and thoughts. As a man thinketh, so he is. Staying positive, keeping emotionally clean, cleaning out the wreckage of your past, and all that kind of junk. Well, we've got other videos that go over that kind of stuff too. But I mean, look at these beautiful things, and they're not expensive. And a juicer, you can get a juicer somewhere. They're not that much. I mean, you could buy a juice at some stores around, like Whole Foods and things like that. I think Whole Foods does juice. I'm not sure, but I know some of the healthier stores do. Anyway, so we've gone over this, really carotene, and also good for high blood pressure, avoiding strokes and stuff like that. Now kale, this stuff, I usually get a little darker than this, but this is what they had today. Kale is basically, you got dietary fiber, you got protein, and you got your Bs, you got thiamine and riboflavin, B1 and B2. We know the Bs are good for lots of things, but they're really good for the nervous system too. And if you have anxiety like I used to have, and you deal with, stuff like that, then you want to get your Bs. In fact, I also take a supplement, but I'll talk about that another time. But riboflavin, iron, you definitely want to get your iron, keep your blood cells strong and all that stuff. Magnesium, you'll find out that several of the things I talk about have magnesium in it, and magnesium is really good. I'll talk about that in a minute. Kale also has vitamin A, C, K, B6, and calcium also. And one thing I usually put in mine, also my juice, is beets. They didn't have any beets today, I'm afraid, so I don't have it here. But beets are also got iron, magnesium again, which I said we'll talk about, dietary fiber, potassium. What we got? So we got some garlic here. Now garlic's got other things too. It's got vitamin C and B6. And the thing about garlic, and realizing that I eat a lot of garlic in my foods, but it's best when it doesn't always have to be cooked. When you cook things, you kill a lot of stuff in there. The thing about garlic is it's a natural antibiotic. Okay, it'll kill free radicals. And the thing about garlic, like you take lots of pills they'll take to help you build your immune system, or what do they call them? Those ones they use when you're sick. I can't think of the word right now. But basically, you know what I'm talking about. They always, if you cut yourself, the antibiotics. Think about them. You build up an immunity to those. Okay, a tolerance. Doesn't happen with garlic. So garlic is always in your system. It's good to keep it in there, and it keeps going around. It takes care of a lot of stuff. It also cuts down your sugar craving, because I found with me it actually kills the bacteria in the intestine, which can cause sugar craving to go away. So another good thing. Plus it tastes great. I love garlic. Ginger. Ginger is another good thing. Ginger's been proven to have medicinal purposes for like digestion issues, nausea. Like if you're pregnant and you're dealing with that, then get some natural ginger in your diet. Juice it. You know, you can do ginger shots. A lot of places. Well, I live in LA. They have a lot of freaky stuff down here, so maybe not where you're at, but really good. Really good ginger snaps, ginger ale. Those were basically medicinal purposes when they started out. So ginger's really good for the stomach. So I always have some ginger in there. And one thing, you just want to be careful with garlic. You can take too much in it. It can actually harm your intestinal tract and so forth. So you want to be careful with that. Okay, now it's got a little bit of parsley. Parsley is also good for breaking up mucus. So we've gone over that. Tomatoes. Now tomatoes are really good, really anti-acid, and they're on the good side, you know, the cancer-fighting side. And lots of people, you know, they take antacid for their acids. Man, you just get the right foods in you, and it will do it for you. You know, there's natural. These things are all here for a reason. We're not handicapped in this world. All this technology we've got. Some of these natural things will outbeat some of the pills you take, hands down. You know, lots of the time. And if you keep a good diet of this going into you all the time, you'll be in such better shape. So there we go. I don't have beets, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to juice this, and also I like hot peppers. I got a hot pepper in here. You don't see that, but I like to have that. A good hot pepper opens up the blood vessels, especially habanero. Opens up the blood vessels and let the nutrients and the oxygen get to where it needs to go. Really good. Anything I haven't talked about? Oh yeah, magnesium. Now I got magnesium in the kale, the beets, the ginger, and one of the things about magnesium, and this is also something that comes from having an acidic diet too. But having an acidic diet, you can be more susceptible to loss of calcium, muscle aches, headaches, migraines, fatigue, sleeplessness, absorption problems, headaches, and you know that. So if you keep on the alkaline side, you can basically, if you have any of those issues, chances are you're on the acidic side and your immune system's held down. It's overload. It's just not being able to function like it needs to. You get yourself on the alkaline side, and chances are most of those things will clear up. Okay? They'll clear up. Another thing about magnesium, it's good for fibromyalgia, migraines, ADD, asthma, allergies. And the thing that they say is and other things too, but those ailments usually kind of cluster together. If you've got one, you've usually got a couple of the others. And they put it right down to just a lack of magnesium. Get the magnesium in your diet. Start juicing this stuff. Get it in your diet. Don't cook the life out of it, but you know, just get it in your diet, and you'll see what it is I'm going to do with this. And it tastes good. If you mix these right, it tastes good. But if you're sick, I'm not saying go by me and don't go by your doctor. I'm saying, you know, just add this to whatever you're doing and then make the changes needed. Learn for yourself. Get online. Google nutrients and vegetables and cancer and, you know, all these different diseases, natural, holistic cures. Just start getting this stuff in your diet. You know how easy it is to go through the day and eat some hamburgers and this and that and this and that and not get this stuff? You make this in a juice once a day, you're getting what you need. Okay, roughage is good, but this stuff's also good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to juice all this. I'm going to actually film the juice. It's kind of loud, but whatever, and I'll just... Well, you know what? No, I'll turn the camera off and I'll turn it on when I'm done.